Good afternoon. This is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates and crystal clear weather. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. The sunshine has helped push temperatures across the county to 60 degrees into the lower 60s. So if we can get some sunshine tomorrow, we might reach the upper 60s. And so we'll just see how that plays out. But I want to take a quick look. I'll try to make this as brief as possible. A quick look at the our precipitation chances over the next couple of days, and then the snow potential for early next week. Again, you can find ways to support the page at the top of the Facebook page and pin post, and a pin post in the top of X or Twitter. So please support the page if you can. Thank you to all of you who do so as individuals, and thank you to all of our business sponsors as well for helping keep this page afloat. So we'll start with rainfall chances. I'm choosing to look at the NAM 3K. Model data still really can't even agree too much on how the precipitation is going to play out between this evening and Saturday morning. But I'm going to show you the NAM 3K. And so it's got some isolated rain mostly back out in Illinois. And then as we get into the pre-dawn hours tomorrow, maybe some very isolated rainfall around 6 to maybe 8 a.m. in the morning for us. I wouldn't be surprised by some little sprinkles or very light showers overnight or even this evening, but they'll be pretty isolated. Some people might get a little bit of rain. Most of us will not. That will then proceed out of the area tomorrow, and then there may be another wave of rain that could possibly impact us on Saturday morning, and I'll take a quick look at that. Here's the GFS take on what might come in Saturday. Again, this is around 1 a.m. Saturday morning. Just some, again, widely scattered, maybe isolated widely scattered showers between about midnight and maybe daybreak Saturday morning. Again, it's kind of questionable, but that's kind of what the GFS has on that. And then we'll just stick with the GFS and move on to the what its take on Saturday morning is. I wish I could speak in these things. I just stumble all over myself. So as we move on to Monday, here's the GFS with rainfall moving in by Monday morning, or actually, let me scoot this down just a touch. By Monday evening, not Monday morning, rainfall moving in from the southwest, but most of it, the GFS keeps largely suppressed to the I-70 and south. And so we can see Madison County gets involved a little bit, but not a lot. And as this moves on and becomes mostly snow overnight, Tuesday or Monday night into Tuesday morning, again a little bit of snow in Madison County, but heavier snow south of I-70 before that scoots on out. Again, that's the GFS take on it. I'll show you a couple other model takes on this thing. Here's a look at the European. Again, this is getting into this evening. Again, the European kind of has some widely scattered shower chances overnight tonight into the morning. Gets most of those out of there. Then Saturday, again, widely scattered into the pre-dawn, maybe daybreak hours of Saturday, and then gone. So again, nobody's going to get a large amount of rain, but some of us might get enough to wet things a decent bit, and others of us might get totally left out. Beyond that, then we'll take a look at the Europeans' take on what happens Monday into Tuesday. So here we are getting into the Europeans a little faster. This is Monday morning, and you can see it brings a decent hit of both freezing rain and probably more like sleet and snow. And of course, the more sleet you get, the less snow you get. And then it brings in a decent snow shield. And again, Madison County's right here, so the European is from I-70 and north with the snow shield as we go through the day Monday, and as we get into late Monday, then it gets it out of here. And we'll take a look at the Canadian real quick, and then I'll look at show you what the snow outputs are for these models. Again, none of this is to be taken as gospel. As you can see, each day as these things change, the data is struggling to catch up to it. Again, I think we're in play for snow. I think if it's going to be a miss, it's going to be a miss to our southeast. That's my take on it, the way things are right now. But let's take a look at the Canadian real quick. So here's a look at the Canadian. This is in the early hours of Monday, and it's much more on the timing of the European. with the low, and has low pressure kind of farther southeast, tracking through southern Kentucky, eastern Kentucky, bringing the snow shield right along I-70. So you got the GFS south of I-70, European north of I-70, and the Canadian right on I-70, and then it pushes that snowfall through, and by the time we get late into Monday evening, it's done with the snow. So those are three different takes on it that show you that Indiana is probably going to be impacted by snow Monday into Tuesday. It's a matter of what part of the state gets affected. So I'll show you the snow totals, and then I'll call this for the day, and we'll just see how things shape up over the next couple of days. So since we were already on the Canadian, here's a look at what the Canadian does. And the Canadian runs a decent swath of 4 to maybe 6 inches of snow right at kind of along the I-70 to I-69 corridor. It puts down anywhere from an inch to maybe 4 inches of snow across Madison County. Again, this is just a model output. Do not take this for gospel. Here's what the European was putting down. The European continues to want to do an energy transfer, so as it gets closer to us, it begins to weaken, and that energy transfers out to the East Coast. So it still starts off with a relatively heavy snowfall event across south central Illinois. By the time it gets into Indiana and over to Madison County, it puts down a general 1 to maybe 3 inch snowfall across the Madison County area, and kind of that's about all it really wants to give any of central Indiana. About 1 to 3, maybe 4 out in the western parts of the state, but general 1 to 3 inch snowfall is what the European has. For giggles, here's the German icon model. It follows almost the exact same path as what the European does, but it's heavier with the snow, with more of a 2 to 4 inch snowfall across this area. So that's what the German icon has. Lastly, I'll show you what the GFS did. The GFS runs a heavy swath of 5 to maybe 8 inches of snow, basically just south of Indianapolis, south of I-70, basically from Bloomington maybe over close to Richmond, and it has Madison County picking up anywhere from a dusting northwest to maybe an inch or so southeast. But it runs the heavier snow again farther to the southeast, south of I-70. So you can see there are a lot of different ideas still with the data, and these computers are doing quadrillions of calculations, and they're still struggling with it. So again, my gut is that the snow probably runs right along the I-70 corridor. Maybe a 1 to 3 inch snow is what I would expect at this point, because the temperatures are going to be kind of marginal. And again, I think if the snow misses us, it's probably going to miss to the southeast. So we'll see how this looks as we get farther into it. There is a clipper that may affect us a day or two after that, but we'll just take these one at a time, since it's been such a struggle to even get one of these correct the last couple of years. It's just that our climate currently is just not conducive to very easy snowfall prediction. So we'll see how this plays out as we get closer, and I will update you as things become more clear. This is Michael Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. Have a great day.